everybody. How are you? So good to see you. It's really late here. It's almost 1 in the morning, but I figured, you know what? Since I'm up and Booger Cat is behind me taking a nap because she's tired. She's an old lady. Booger. Hi, baby. Did you booger? Like she's sleeping for a bit or at least relaxing. She's waiting for mom to come to bed. I'm up and I figured, you know what? I might as well just catch up on all the foodie beauty content. So we got one more to completely catch up. I'm ignoring the trad wife live stream because she's being obnoxious with that doggone shisha. And that just absolutely irritates me. So the last one is going to be of the live stream that she did at the coffee shop. She took a nice long walk and she walked to a Starbucks and she got her beloved coffee. And while she was there, she was sitting outside and she thought that the people passing by would talk to her. And they didn't. They ignored her. So I want to sit in for at least part of the live stream, not all of it, just part of it, and give my thoughts. Nothing on Twitter right now, so no Twitter stuff, nothing to catch up on. We're just going to get straight into the live stream. So let me just go ahead and share the stream with y'all, and let's get going, y'all.
Am I right? Is that the Mercedes logo? What the F?
You know, it's amazing how much Chantal will motivate herself when there's a food reward at the end of the finish line. She'll sit there and she'll huff and she'll puff and go wild on the treadmill. 10 minutes and she's done. But yet she can take a walk like this to go get her coffee. Isn't it amazing?
Scarlett, Tristan, Maddie, pre-workout. Now, no potato corner. I'm going to Starbucks, and I'll tell you why.
Because you want your coffee. That's all it is. You wanted your Starbucks coffee. You wanted your beloved Starbucks coffee. So you're going to go get your Starbucks coffee.
I did some research today.
Oh, okay, here we go. She's about to justify why she's getting her coffee. Chantal, nobody cares about your justification, whether it's political or not. You don't really care about anything political or what's going on in the world. You just want your doggone coffee, so just go get it. You don't have to justify it with anybody.
And maybe I don't understand why they're on the boycott list, because they haven't had any establishments in Israel since 2003. And right on their Middle East thing, it says they'd never donated a dime to Israel. They don't donate politically. And they did give millions of dollars to charities in Gaza, actually. The Middle East one.
She's only saying this stuff not because of anything that's going on in the world that she actually cares about. It's because she wants to go to Starbucks and get her coffee, and she doesn't want anybody giving her crap about it.
Anyway, so I'm not sure, but I want a pumpkin cream cold brew.
Anybody gonna tell her? If not, I'll tell her. Chantal, you do realize you can make that at home. I mean, there's all kinds of recipes on YouTube for making all the Starbucks drinks. All you got to do is get the coffee, get the sugar, syrups, and all that, and you can make that at home. Nobody tell her, though. Let her walk.
Thanks, JJ. Well, I haven't been doing as good as before, but it is nice out.
You don't care about that. You care about your coffee.
Dawn, because I want to just go out, you know. I was going to say I want to be alone, but that's not the reason.
She's making me dizzy. Chantal, why didn't you get one of the selfie stick things to put the camera on so you're not going back and forth so much?
So I was actually sleeping, so.
I don't think he's sleeping. I don't think he's even there. I think he's doing his thing in the red room, maybe sleeping over with the red room lady. And you're like, I want my coffee and I want it now. And he's not picking up the phone. Is that what happened? Or maybe you guys just don't have the Timu Mobile anymore, because that is the rumor. If there's no Timu Mobile, maybe you couldn't afford the payments. So if you want that coffee, you got to walk for it.
Hey, AM. If I once that I got it. Hold on. Okay. Can you guys hear me okay? There's stationary bikes downstairs. No, the cat's out of heat. She got her vaccine yesterday. I posted a picture. So we can get her fixed, I think, on the, basically in 8 days minimum. So, hi, Deirdre. I really want a coffee. Could I get my license? I don't know. I should, eh?
No, you can't, because you're just a tourist.
But the traffic, yeah. And honestly, the Starbucks is just right up here.
Oh my God, that's it? So all you have to do is just walk around the corner and there's a Starbucks. Chantal, I have biked longer than you've walked. You know, when I was in Oregon, I was biking like easily 5-6 miles a day.
So, and it's nice out. So that I go for a walk. Public scooters? No, I don't think so. Scooter bees. Hey, page 5. Texas car for rent. Al Abdon. These cars are for rent, I guess. They're all Corollas, so it must be Corolla, Elantra. Corolla's better. What time is it? 9. Hey, Senator. No, I heard they made it more.
You know, I'm going to take a guess. I'm guessing the Starbucks doesn't open until 9. And so, like, she's going to get there first thing in the morning.
Difficult for people to get their license. Starbucks ride. Yeah, Barb. Huh. The place is pretty far. Sorry for the.
So, Chantal, when you were on the treadmill for 10 minutes, just walking on the treadmill in your house, in the air conditioning, within 5 minutes, you're huffing and puffing. Yet here you are just scooting around, walking to the Starbucks. Where's the heavy breathing? Were you faking the heavy breathing on the treadmill?
The heavy breathing. I'm going to get a coffee, Teardrop. Al Habden Towers? Do you live here, Kelsey?
She's not just going for the coffee. You guys understand that, right? She's not just going for coffee. She's going for the sweets as well. Like it's going to be like a double whammy of sugar to her system.
Hey, Hidden Sapphire. I never heard anything. Hey, Chantal. I don't know. Kuwait's pretty safe. I don't think, you know. Oh, this crap. You're snowed in. Yeah, they have holiday drinks, but I think right now they still have the pumpkin.
She's making me dizzy with all that weeble wobbling. Seriously, like the motion sickness is real.
I don't know, Amy, because they need something to bitch about. Something stupid. Like, ugh. Nobody's gonna feel bad for her because she's very sleepy from her vaccination and she vomited. You know. Oh, we're almost there. Ugh. So we booked the campsite. So for the 10th and 11th, which is cool. It's a very, I can't even breathe. It's pretty much like,
That's weird. Because I just checked the couple's channel and her channel. I didn't see any footage for yesterday or today. So did it get moved up?
the same place as last time. The one, not the last time, but the one before. And thank you, yeah. That happened to her last injection. So I hope there's no music. Yalla.
Hey, Starbucks, you hear that? You want to keep foodie out of your establishment, just play copyrighted music. She'll have to sit outside. Just a helpful tip from a reactor.
Here it is, Starbucks. Sugar-free syrup. Yeah, but they don't have sugar-free pumpkin cold cream. Do they? Let's see what they have.
You know, I'm just going to insert this helpful tip in with my video for anybody who wants to know, needs to know. There might be people that come to my channel. Maybe you're big fans of cold brew. I can't tell you how stupid simple it is to make cold brew coffee. All you need is like say a glass mason jar. And to make cold brew, really it's about the ratio of coffee to water. Like if you want a coffee concentrate or a stronger coffee, you use more coffee grounds. If you want it weaker, you use less. But you got to be careful with the ratio of coffee grounds to water. And there are these things on Amazon called coffee socks where you could it's not an actual sock, but it's like a little bag. And you put the appropriate amount of coffee grounds in there. It ties at the top. You drop it into, like, say, a mason jar or other glass container. You put a bunch of water into it. You put it in the fridge. And to make cold brew, you just leave it in the fridge for 12 to 24 hours. And another little bonus tip from me, if you want coffee that tastes sweeter, sweet to the point where you really don't need a whole lot of sugar or syrups, I recommend hazelnut coffee because it has like a sweeter taste to it. But cold brew coffee is the bomb. So if you like cold brew coffee or cold brew latte or stuff like that, you can make your own cold brew at home without having to go to Starbucks and pay $5 for a cup.
Hello. Good morning. Whew.
How are you?
Out of shape. Good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
Oh.
And for those who want to know how to make cold brew, there's all kinds of YouTube videos for that.
I'm just checking what you have. Salted maple and caramel. Is that a new one?
Yes,
The
ma'am.
newest ones? Is that for fall? Oh yeah, fall. Salted maple and caramel. Do you still have the pumpkin cold cream?
No, we have.
Okay. I'll get a venti sweet cream pumpkin cold brew
Okay.
with a bit of extra ice.
Okay.
Thank you.
And look, look where her camera is going. Because you can't have coffee without the sweets, right? Like I said, double whammy to her system. Diabetes says, who? Diabetes says, what? Diabetes says, why? Yeah, she's looking at that glass case full of donuts and whatnot. She's going to get something to eat.
Look at the treats.
She's like, I just walked about 5 minutes. I deserve not just a coffee, but a donut as well.
Whoa, what is that? Strawberry cheesecake. Oh my God.
And you know she's taking a bag home, right? She's totally going to get a bag and put stuff in it and carry it home, and nobody's going to know.
Salah would love that. They have cheesecake bites. Hold on, guys, there's music.
Yeah, of course there is. Like, she's concerned about the music. More like she's put the camera down so she can get the donuts or whatever else is in that case, along with the coffee, then kind of hide the donuts and whatnot and act like she didn't buy anything.
Maybe I'll put the C. No, I'll sit here in case. Yeah, I know this is not really good, but oh my gosh, you guys. Oh.
You totally can't tell me that she didn't just get coffee. She so got more than coffee.
310? Okay, I'll mark it down. They have ashtrays at this Starbucks. Okay, guys, let me put my stand on for you guys. Amy Joe, they don't have the brand Fix, I don't think, here. I'm not sure where to buy them, but there's with a nice view, eh? We're under an umbrella. Under the umbrella, bees. Beesy break. I know there's too much sugar. I know. Next time I come here, I'll get sugar.
I just reacted to the live stream that she and Salah did on the couples channel. And do you guys notice just how much more relaxed she is when he's not around? Like, she's sort of kind of in her element. She'd be 100% in her element if she were back in Canada. But she's in Kuwait. She's by herself. Salah's not around. She can just enjoy her Starbucks and not have him there to bug her.
Free, but like you guys, I get excited like you guys for all the seasonal things. You know, I'm a gimmick hoe. So my blood sugar was 7.9 this morning, so I'm about to ruin that. No kidding. I have a water and
Where's the sweets, Chantal? Where are you hiding them? Come on now, we're not stupid.
Jory, I know my wedding information seems confusing. I'm just gonna.
You know, she got some desserts to take home. I mean, she made that trek all the way to Starbucks. Anybody else believe that she went to Starbucks and she's not going to have like a to-go bag with donuts, cake, little cheesecake bites and all that stocked in there? You know she is.
You know, hold on. You never wonder. Some white people just walked in with a whole bunch of tattoos. That's cool. Sometimes I feel like I'm the only white person, but that's not true. There's a lot. So this is a pumpkin. Remember, I haven't had this since Canada. Let's try it. I'm a movie star. So how are you guys? Please talk to them. Maybe I'll say, hey, where are you from? Maybe they won't like that. But yeah, okay, dare me? I won't put them on camera, but I'll be like, hey, we're fellow whiteys. They're probably
Let's say hear that part again. Let's just hear that again. That part.
pumpkin. Remember, I haven't had this since Canada. Let's try it. I'm a movie star. So how are you guys? Please talk to them. Maybe I'll say, hey, where are you from? Maybe they won't like that. But yeah, okay, dare me? I won't put them on camera, but I'll be like, hey, we're fellow whiteys. They're probably British or from Australia.
That part. We're fellow whiteys. That just sounds horrible. I mean, yes, you are a Canadian white woman, but just that term whiteys, it just sounds horrible, Chantal. That coming out of your mouth sounds horrible. I'm really glad that they ignored you. I'm super happy about that.
That's my guess. Who wants to bet? Actually, it's not that sweet. Wow. I need it to be sweeter.
No, you don't. No, you don't.
Hey, Granny. Thank you. Chantal. Crazy eye cookies, you mean? Do you think people would like me more if I was just nicer? Probably not. Oh, it's so nice. There's a nice breeze.
I'm sure Salah would like it if you were a lot nicer. Who knows? He might spend more time with you if you were a nice person, but you're not.
The freedom of morning bees. I snuck out when he's sleeping. Actually, I did.
Chantal, not to be rude, but you're 500 plus pounds. I seriously doubt you could sneak out without him knowing. I don't think you snuck out. I think you live alone and you wanted your coffee. So you thought, I'm going to go get it. So you went and got it. No big deal. It's your money. Spent the way you want to.
I was awake. He fell asleep. He was tired. So, and what racist comments? Hey, Melanie. Guessing where someone's from? Hey, guys. Hello? They ignored me.
Denied. So she tried to get other people's attention that were passing by, and they did not give her the time of day.
I really think I'm talking to you guys.
Well, Chantal, just think about the situation. You're sitting in a corner, you're drinking your drink, and you've got your phone out, so it looks like you're talking to your phone. Even if they heard you looking at you, they probably thought, oh, she's just talking to somebody on her phone, and they're not going to stop and say hello.
Snobbed. Do you think they thought I was talking to you guys, maybe?
Yep.
Or maybe they just hate me.
Maybe if you were hotter than 90% of YouTube, they might have stopped and talked to you. Maybe.
Maybe they're haters and they came here to see me.
Oh, please, don't flatter yourself, ma'am. They probably have no idea who you are, and they don't want to know. I think that's more the real story.
Why? Because I said whiteys. So then, if other black people say the N-word, it is racist then? Because I'm white. If you haven't noticed, I can't say whiteys. I can't keep up with the words, with the rules. Okay, you got to be louder. I was like, hey guys, yeah, they were already halfway down the stairs. FF gun informants, yeah, probably. No, it's too bright. They're super. Maybe they heard you call them whiteys.
You know, it would have made Chantal's day if those people passing by had said, "Oh my God, it's Foodie Beauty from YouTube." That so would have made her day. She just cannot even fathom the fact that off of YouTube, nobody knows who she is.
I doubt it.
She so wants to be a celebrity and get recognized in public. Are you sure you want people recognizing you, Chantal, considering the things you've said and the things you've done? Because some of the people that recognize you may not say nice things when they see you.
So nice out. It says a Wraith doll. No, I'm not going to be doing a podcast. First of all, Amberlynn would never. And a podcast about weight? No thanks. It's not a subject I'm very interested in making a podcast about, talking about calories and fucking diet food. But maybe we could do something else. I don't even know what the whole idea was. I didn't listen to his whole stream, so. We can't say anything anymore without someone being offended. It's so true. Do you know how many times I've been canceled? Yeah, Bear. Excuse me, fellow whiteys. Ugh. I literally have the same make on. I literally fell asleep and woke up and I'm like, coffee, just like usual. Favorite serial killers? You know, the problem with that is I get into like these benders on with true crime and then I get depressed because it's so dark, you know?
Then stop
So I end up
watching it.
watching like a Disney movie after and
Ma'am, please stop lying. You confessed long ago that one of your favorite things to watch was plane crash videos. And you laughed about people passing away at 9/11. You thought that was funny. You thought the whole 9/11 tragedy was funny. And let's also not forget the infamous time where you're mocking the Uvalde school blank incident and you were doing it with the finger guns and you were purposely provoking people. And then you followed that up with putting a blown up picture of one of the grieving mothers on your community post. You were exploiting the grief of a mother who had just lost her child on your community post. And you kept it up there. It is probably still up there. Like a mother had just lost her child and she was in the throes of grief. And you thought it was appropriate to spotlight her grief in a very disgusting way.
yeah. I need more sugar than this.
Why?
I'm going to go ask.
You're going to go sneak back inside, Chantal, and get those desserts. Is that what you're really doing?
You think it's all? Oh, it's all at the bottom, maybe.
And stir it up, stupid. That's what straws are for.
Does it look like there's stuff at the bottom? Let me just go ask. More syrup. What syrup's in the pumpkin one? Hold on.
You know, Chantal, it would serve you right if you went in the store to get more sugar in your already sugary drink and somebody came right by and snatched up your phone and ran off. That would be funny. That'd be really funny. Like you're just so into the idea of doing YouTube that you're not going to be careful with leaving your electronics outside.
That's perfect. Wow.
Okay now?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you so much.
She's like, give me 60 pumps of this, that, and the other thing.
Enjoy the weather nowadays.
Oh, you have to in the winter here, eh? The summer's horrible.
Yes. Maybe if you will walk 15 minutes, you will say, oh, I just want to go back.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you need me to get the door?
It's a bit early. Oh, okay.
Thank you. Capone. Yeah, very nice. If you order food and like coffee for here, they usually serve you, like they come out and serve you. But I pick up my own. She thought I was American. We get mistaken. Canadians get mistaken for that all the time. Do you like coffee with your sugar? Hey, 7-Eleven Beezer. Tiffany, somewhere noisy.
Sorry about the background noise, guys. That's the traffic.
Drink this on an empty stomach. But I'm not hungry yet, you know? So since I'm not hungry, I just, I don't want to, my daughter orders brown sugar shaken oat. That is one of my favorites too. It's so good.
Okay, we're going to have like a 10-minute discussion about the coffee. I'm not down for that. Let's go.
No, I don't, especially for clout. She's the clout chaser.
Oh, okay, hold on. Let's back it up. This is sounding interesting. Let's go back.
Oh, Kirsten, I hope you're okay. We are here for you, like Freedom Deep said. You, Chantal, are you wearing a hijab? I know. Let's go look for a rat somewhere. I don't think they're out right now. I need breakfast. How can I drink this on an empty stomach?
Because you're an idiot.
But I'm not hungry yet, you know? So since I'm not hungry, I just, I don't want to, my daughter orders brown sugar shaken oat. That is one of my favorites too. It's so good. They have some fall drinks like maple something, which is Canadian. Maple, right? You guys have maple syrup in the States, or do you get it imported from Canada? Sewer rats. I thought I was dreaming about my drain rat. I like looking at the ocean, but I don't like going down to that beach. There's nicer beaches here. So, yeah, it's very nice right now. Very nice. I like it a lot. Ever have money to do things? When you get money, it's so tempting to just go and spoil yourself. Yeah. And I don't even necessarily like her. I don't dislike her. I don't, really care.
Okay, so we're getting into the conversation where she's about to discuss somebody that's getting a lot of attention these days on TikTok. Her name is Tofia, Topichu. And I've seen a lot of things around about this person. And I just got curious and I just did a little bit of research. So Tofia Topachu, there's the mother, there's the brother, and I guess they were all staying in a motel room, which they trashed, absolutely trashed. They got kicked out for lack of payment. And so if you hear Chantal talking about this person, one thing I've noticed about her, about Chantal, is that if there's somebody that's getting a lot of attention, suddenly out of nowhere, for no random reason, Chantal will mention that person. She did it with Naked and Laughing, and she's doing it with Tofia, Topachu. So she's going to be talking about Tofia, and Tofia is a lot like Chantal, a lot like her. So she's going to express some sympathy and empathy towards her.
Here, it's not that deep for me. Maybe she said some very outlandish things, you know.
But come on, Chantal, let's flesh it out. Because I've done some digging on this person. I was curious about them, and it goes beyond her acting a little outlandish. Tofia has actually harassed men on TikTok, Asian men. She gets very obsessed with Asian men, and she's actually driven more than one off of TikTok because people that are following her, they go bother these men, and these men, they end up deleting their TikToks, just trying to get away from Tofia and her wild fans. So don't leave that part out. Don't leave them out. That's important. She will harass our Asian men.
I don't know. They obviously all have mental health issues. Her mom is severely disabled and not well and elderly. Sure, Chazelle. The Chews are homeless. And
You know what she's doing? She's talking about somebody on TikTok, and she's trying to attach herself to this person by bringing this person into the conversation where the two of them don't really relate. But she's using Tofia as a talking point here to kind of bridge something between herself and Tofia, just trying to hitch her wagon to Tofia.
what? I actually feel like she gets bullied too much. Like people are doing too much. So they were living out of a hotel. They're very poor. And I know that she's been seen spending money at Comic-Con and things. You guys, I was like that. You got to realize when you don't have money and you never, ever have money to do things, when you get money, it's so tempting to just go and spoil yourself.
Chantal, you've been on YouTube for what, 8 years? 8 years, girl, almost a decade, 2 years shy of a decade. And you still act like that. Like you've never had money before and you just have to spend it as soon as you get it in your pocket. You haven't saved anything, you haven't invested anything, and you have made several $1,000s. Like I don't even know how much money you've made on YouTube and off, but quite a bit, ma'am. Quite a bit. So here you are, 40 years old. You can't even say I'm young and stupid and I don't know any better. You still spend money like it's going out of style. You're describing yourself here a little bit.
But anyway. So I'm not saying I agree with everything Tofia Chu. I don't even know all the drama, okay? But
so why are you bringing her up? If you've not fully researched this person, why are you bringing her up? Why is she part of your conversation while you're sitting in front of Starbucks having your coffee? How do the two even relate?
Maybe it's because I feel bad that so she was living in a hotel, a really rundown shitty hotel.
You know what, Chantal? I just thought of something. I remember for a long time ago, weren't you putting down FFG? Didn't you use the Motel 6 as a way to try to degrade her and demean her? Oh my God, I bet she lives in the Motel 6. Girl, you would be so lucky to live in a Motel 6 when you come back to Canada. Okay? You don't even have Motel 6 money anymore, girl. But yeah, you were putting down motels, making it sound like anybody who stays in a motel, like that's the worst thing ever. Now suddenly you've got sympathy for somebody who lives in a motel? Huh. Hypocrisy much? Yeah, I think so.
Very shitty hotel. Even the maid that worked there, the housekeeper, admitted it was a crap, like 1-star hotel, okay? In disrepair. They've been living there for a while, and this house worker
Housekeeper.
was responsible for like cleaning up her room after they got evicted, and she totally, because they weren't paying the rent.
That wasn't the only reason why they got evicted. True, it wasn't just because of the lack of rent. The fact that the housekeepers couldn't even come in to clean. So it's the lack of payment. That's true. But they trashed the place. It was disgusting. They absolutely trashed it. Tell the whole story if you're going to tell it, Chantal.
Friggin' clout chasing house worker completely made a TikTok,
And
she exposed them. Like,
not true. Yes and no, but mostly not true. Yes, she talked about Tofia, but she did not say Tofia's name. Like, I watched the TikToks of the woman in question. She did not say Tofia's name or her mother's name or her brother's name. She just made these TikToks, but she did not say anybody's name directly. And yeah, a lot of people saw those TikToks, but she didn't say the name. She didn't say the name. And look, if you're someone and you're staying somewhere, it's not right. I don't care if it's an apartment. I don't care if it's a motel or a hotel, whether you're paying rent or you're staying overnight. You don't have the right to destroy somebody else's property and trash it. You just don't. And from what I saw and from what I heard, they were all living like animals over there.
completely exposed them. Like, just went through the room, filming all the filth that they apparently left behind. Some of it, Tofia says, it was the condition when they got there. Like, the stove was already shit and dirty. The bathroom door was broken. Anyway, she totally exposed them for clout. And I just find it's like, and now they're living in a car, and her mother is like elderly and disabled. Like, I don't know. It's just like a special kind of evil. I find that's fucked. I find that so I was like, I find that just insane. Like, people do too much. Like, okay, one thing is like, just keep it online, man. Like, so then, and she even exposed, she's like, her mother took a shit on the sidewalk. Like, like, why are you like following them and recording and like, like reporting on what they're doing?
If they were taking how would this person see another person doing their business on the sidewalk unless it was directly in front of the business? I mean, if you're working somewhere and you're just looking out a window, you're going to see what's going on across the parking lot, are you not? Yeah, I think you are. And I'm sorry. I understand we all got to do what we got to do and we got to do it as far as using the bathroom. But do you have to use the bathroom on the sidewalk? Is that really necessary? I don't think so.
It's weird. Maybe because I know what that feels like, but it's not cool.
Look at her trying to relate her situation and her life to somebody else's. Chantal, when have you ever lived in a motel room for an extended period of time and had to struggle? When did that ever happen? Name the time period of your life where that happened, because of all the wild stories you've told. and the way you're growing up and all that. I've never heard you talk about a period in your life where you struggled, that you were living in a motel room that was run down and you got kicked out for lack of rent. That was never your life. Listen, if Tofia were not on TikTok, if people were not paying attention to her, if you were jealous of the attention, if Tofia was just another person on the street that you did not know, that wasn't on social media, you wouldn't give a crap about her situation or her family. You would just look at them as nobodies, like you look at everyone. The only reason why you care, the only reason why you're talking about them is because Tofia is getting attention. Because she is getting talked about on YouTube, and you're over there in your corner with your coffee saying, "What about me? Talk about me too. You can't talk about her without talking about me." That's basically the mentality here.
You know? What do you guys think? A poor I know. Sounds like G's apartments. You don't think bad behavior? What is bad behavior? How? Like, just because?
I'm sorry. I'm just going to say it. Look, if I say owned a house and I let tenants in and they trashed it, or I was working somewhere and somebody trashed the room, not even like messy, like regular messy, just like filthy, you're deliberately trashing the room. Yeah, I would expose the crap out of you. If for no other reason, to let other hotels and motels know about you so that you don't go to their establishments and trash them too. Heck yeah, I would. You got to have respect for other people's property. Because after you're done trashing the room and tearing things up, then the establishment has to come in and fix everything you broke, and that costs them money. And money is hard to come by these days, and it's just not right. If somebody is giving you the privilege to stay somewhere, whether it's a room, an apartment, or a house, the least you can do is just be a decent person and be respectful. That's the way that I was brought up. And if you can't be respectful, F around and find out.
Because their room was dirty? Like, no, I don't think that should be exposed.
Housekeepers can clean up dirty. Housekeepers don't mind dirty. That's just a normal. But trashed is a kind of just destruction that you can't fix by changing the sheets and by dusting things down and using cleaner in the bathtub. You just can't fix that.
Like, no, I don't. Especially for clout. She's the clout chaser.
And here we go. And here's another interesting tidbit about Tofia, because I saw this too. Jory Bug says Tofia got called out by some Judge Karen chick on live for being caught watching Korean A minor prawn. Yeah, it's another reason why she's in the hot seat. So here's Chantal expressing empathy towards somebody who's made very inappropriate comments about Korean A minor young people.
Monetized her channel recently. She said that all the money she makes, she's going to send some to charity. My ass. Sounds like something familiar, don't you think? Call out bad behavior, but don't post videos of people's private life online and laugh at their failures. That's just disgusting to me. Yeah, Tofia has clout. This person got like millions of views off of Tofia.
And what are you doing? Ma'am, what are you doing talking about her? Aren't you clout chasing? She doesn't know you. You don't really know her. You see people talking about her, and so you're talking about her because you're clout chasing, aren't you? Aren't you? You don't care about her. You don't care about her family. Are you reaching out to her and saying, Tofia, I feel for you. I feel for your family. You're struggling over there. Can I just PayPal you some money so you guys can get a room for a month? And that way you and your family are okay. Are you doing anything to help them? No? You're just going to sit in front of the coffee shop and talk about him. You're going to monetize talking about her. So you're not willing to help her. So you are a clout chaser. Thank you. I'm glad we established that.
That's clout.
Not that I would say that Foodie should help her. What I'm pointing out is like she's bagging on somebody for allegedly clout chasing, and yet she's doing the exact same thing right here, right now.
Yeah, you don't have TikTok teardrop, I know. They do need assistance. I don't know anything about animal abuse. I never see. I don't really like watch her that much, but.
And Aurora says, yes, it should be exposed. If you're old enough to respect other people's property, if it's embarrassing, then don't do it. Agreed. Agreed.
I just hate. You know what it is? I hate clout chasers.
But you're doing it. You're doing it to her right now. And you didn't even research who she was or what she had done. Like this whole situation, like one of your beezers just told you she was looking at Korean A minors. And you thought this was a wise subject to talk about because you're clout chasing.
I hate people doing things for those reasons, you know?
It's so sad that you have a 100K channel on YouTube, but you're so desperate for money and attention, you're clout chasing other people on other platforms. Sad.
I don't know. That's my opinion. Yeah, she made millions of views. And we
Jealous? Are you jealous?
don't know what the condition of the room was like when she moved in. The hotel is a 1-star. So, like, I don't know. If you're just, and to keep making videos about them, that's like harassment at this point. I don't know. I think
Not your business, though.
regardless of who she is, like, I don't think that's right. It's not like she's a friggin' convicted felon or anything. Yeah, her dad is super sketch, though. He's always missing and always in jail. I feel bad kind of for her. Like, imagine having like a dad like that. I don't know. Haters be gone. So I don't know. I mean, if you live in a hotel room for like a long time, it's probably not going to be like the best. I don't know. It just looked dirty, but not anything they couldn't clean up. Like, grow up.
Little something you don't know, Chantal. So I did see a piece of video where I guess one of the pets messed on the floor. Tofia was doing a live stream and she just let the mess just sit there. She didn't just stop and say, hold on, guys. One of my pets just messed on the floor. I'm going to clean it up. No, she just let it sit there. She was too busy with her face in the camera, much like you.
Grow up and do your job and clean the room. Like, what? Why does there have to be like all this big ordeal and make her feel worse about herself? I don't know.
You probably have a little bit of sympathy for Tofia because, like, I don't know the situation fully, but when you go back home to your apartment, it's filthy, it's disgusting. So of course you're going to have some kind of bonding empathy for someone who also lives in filth because that's how you live. And you can stay in a 1-star motel room, and even if it's not the best, you can still keep it clean. You certainly can keep it clean to a level to when the housekeepers walk in, they're not going to say, holy crap, what happened here? I mean, like I said, the housekeepers are used to regular mess. But when you completely trash a room, yeah, they got a problem with that. So does the management, so does the owner.
I just don't like people like that. Yeah. Or to behave like what? A dirty room?
I have to wonder what the housekeepers that had to deal with the room that you had in Thailand, what their thoughts were every time they had to come in and clean up after you. Remember when they brought you the roll of trash bags, Foodie, and they had to clean up after you because you ran the air conditioner and there was condensation everywhere, a bit of flooding, but they were constantly cleaning up after your garbage to the point where you got notices to take out your own doggone garbage. And you wouldn't let anybody in to clean. And when you did, you didn't leave the room. You made everybody uncomfortable there.
Red said, I'm not talking about my friend anymore. She asked me to not talk anymore. Have you been following Gorlick or Hannibal drama? No. What's going on? The vacation bees, yeah. If you cleaned up a crime scene, this is so crazy, bro. Look.
If you guys want to see something fun, let me recommend a channel to you. And I love this guy. His name is Dan Bell. And he's got many different series on his channel. There's like a little bit of everything for everybody. He's got the Quiet Time series, him going to abandoned places. He's got the Dead Mall series. That's how I actually came to know of his channel. Like, call me weird. I grew up in a time of the 80s where malls were a thing. It was going to the mall, it was like going to the circus. It was just so much fun. You go there with your parents, and then they tell you, here's a roll of quarters, go get lost. They give you a bunch of quarters, or they'll give you a few bucks. You go head upstairs to the arcade, and you just get lost in the arcade for about an hour or two until the money runs out. And then your mom tells you, meet me at the fountain at like 5:00. And so mall life. So like I grew up in the mall era when malls were the thing. And so I got into his Dead Mall series because it was a sense of nostalgia. But he's also got this series on his channel called Another Dirty Room. And it's gross, but it's hilarious. And what the series consists of is he and like 3 or 4 people, they go into different motel and hotel rooms all over the place. And they go in the room and they have different equipment to test for how clean the room is, like little gauges and stuff to test the amount of germs and bacteria. They'll take the sheets off the bed, the pillowcases off the pillows to see if they're stained. They'll flip the mattress to see if there's anything under there. And then it's gross and it's funny. They'll turn on the black lights to see if there's anything on the ceilings or on the walls. And then at the end, they give the room a rating about how clean it is. And again, it's hilarious and it's gross and it's funny.
Well, people in crime scene are usually deceased and usually kept anonymous. I've watched crime scene cleanups. I can't stomach them anymore. I literally don't know what's wrong with my gut lately. Like in the past year, I used to watch the crime scene, is it Spalding or the ones in Florida? Oh, it's disgusting. It's gross. Makes you feel like we're all just a bag of bones, like the Stephen King novel. Oh, yeah, I heard about that. Oh, Nikki, I have a bad memory, see? I already forgot about that. I don't even know who Hannibal is.
So it's like she's confessed that she watches crime scene cleanups. She likes the murder mysteries. She likes, let's see, plane crash videos. Like she's got this morbid curiosity, does she not? She gets this morbid curiosity with death. Is that why you flirt with death so much, Foodie? You just got to put your foot to the gas pedal and get as close to death as you can. Are you like a morbid thrill seeker? I'm just asking questions.
Garlic, I'm not surprised. I mean, I used to watch crime scene cleanups. It is gross, eh, Teardrop? She's disrespectful to her mother. I saw her like a few times yell at her mom, yeah.
So you're confessing you really haven't researched the lore on Tofia. You know, like you want to talk about her, but you don't know a whole lot about her. You're just bringing her into the conversation because she's getting a lot of attention and you're clout chasing.
Which isn't nice. I guess I feel bad for her mom more than her that they're homeless now and she's like disabled. Like, if they live in a car, I don't know. She was trying to say like there's nowhere to use a bathroom because usually you have to be paying customers and all that. So I don't know if she was admitting to her mom.
You know, my heart goes out to Tofia and her family if they are indeed homeless. That's not a nice way to live. But would no gas station allow them to use the bathroom? I would think even the hardest heart, if you've got somebody in front of you saying, can you please use the bathroom? Especially an elderly woman, I'm sure they're going to say yes, right? I mean, I wouldn't say no. You got to go, you got to go. Using the bathroom is just a thing.
Mom letting one out on the sidewalk, but I don't know. I mean, I've never done that on a sidewalk, but I've down a country road sometimes. When you gotta go, you gotta go.
You were happy to do it though. Yeah, I remember Fraudy back in Canada. You listen, I'm just gonna say it. I think you have a poo fetish. I think that you've got a fascination, perhaps even a fetish, with bodily functions, passing gas, pooing. You just like being gross. But I remember, like, you just stopping on the side of the road and doing your business. And you even said, it's so freeing to poo on the side of the road. Ugh. You're an odd one. That's all.
I always kept TP in my car or fast food napkins. You never know when you're gonna need them. I had a whole stack of fast food napkins. This one is sponsored by Arby's today. Sidewalk shirt. Does McDonald's let you? Some of them don't let you, eh? Can we talk about something else, please? Like what?
Yeah, two of Foodie's most favorite subjects: bodily functions and food.
Couldn't clean that kind of stuff. Yeah, no, I couldn't. Jamocha me crazy. It's dime. Yeah, I know. Hey, Laura. Fast food packets. I watch horror movies every day, but watching crime scene cleanup is another level. Oh yeah, Gumdrop. Teardrop, I'm with you on that actually. So, but you know, that's the thing with politics and religion. People take that very, very seriously, and it's just like, I don't know. And
Chantal, I guess your mom didn't teach you. Like, you just, two things you don't talk about in public: politics and beliefs. Because then there's a lot of dividing lines there. And you're not a political person. You're not an informed political person. You're struggling for things to talk about, and you're picking all the wrong subjects.
so I'll go live later, I think, from my apartment. Julia's completely out of heat, but she's okay. She's just more tired because of the vaccination, which normally happens with her. So, yeah, she's going to have to stay. What I'm nervous for, I'm going to miss her because she's going to have to stay 2 extra days at the vet hospital because, like, after they spay her, I don't know how long. I don't know if Sam had to stay. Loyalty bees are great, though. Thank you. There's people all around. Thanks, Scrape. Beauty buddies. Thank you, Scrape. How many months? Wow, 8 months. Thanks. Happens with babies and vaccinations. Yeah. I don't remember getting immunized. I remember getting immunized in school. Did you guys get?
Gumjob says, wow, 2 days at the vet? I thought they just went home after. Usually they do. Maybe just Chantal doesn't want to deal with, keeping an eye on her when she comes home. Just being lazy.
Immunization in elementary school for hepatitis A and B. When I was in Thailand, I got tested for every STD.
So JJ is lurking, says, when I spayed my dog, it took a few hours, then I took her home. Same with my boy cat being neutered. So why does the cat have to be at the vet for 2 days then?
Under the sun, HIV, hepatitis, everything was fine. Oh, really, JJ? Yeah, I think Sam came home the same day. But for a female, they want to make sure, I guess, You remember those days? Yeah. And it was a Catholic school, so we always got Ash Wednesdays. On Ash Wednesday, they would put ash on your forehead. And
we're going back to childhood stories, and you told this a million times before. Chantal, tell us grown-up stories. You're a grown-up. Tell us grown-up stories.
everyone, like, the darker the ash on your forehead, the cooler you thought you were. It's a hysterectomy, yeah. Why did I get tested in Thailand? I have my reasons. I'm not doing any sex work or anything. But... Hey, Fluff Puff, welcome to Very Important Users. You're going to make me do an arm wiggle in public? Where did you be? It was like a table of, like, all men. Countries do things differently, yeah.
It's amazing when there's men nearby, she behaves herself.
There's certain tests that you need to get done for certain things. Pizza's vid on what, Nikki? I'm hungry. Yeah, I got tested before I came here. Yeah. Yeah, Yellow Cots. I talked to him. Hi, BBJ.
I'm sure you do talk to Pete. You're probably still keeping an eye on him to see when he gets that $15,000. If you haven't already gotten a share of it. Because you know how to talk to Pete and get money out of him. If he's got money in his pocket and you know about it, you're going to want a share, and you'll find any reason in the world to ask for that money. And I really hope he was smart enough to say, I don't have any money, when he actually does have it. But I don't know if he's that smart.
Should I get a sandwich?
Oh, thank you for telling on Chantal, Larry. So Larry says she was in Pete's chat earlier. Well, isn't that special? And isn't that telling? So she pretty much left Pete alone until she found out that he had some money coming to him. Then all of a sudden she starts popping up in his chat. Hi, Pete. Classic narc move. They're not around until you got something that they want. And the moment they get it, then they disappear again.
Yeah, I'll show you guys, Julia. No problem. We can go upstairs if you want. I should make something to eat because I want to order later for lunch. don't know what time Salah will get up. But to a really nice Kuwaiti man, and he gave us a really, really good deal. That's what's cool about the Middle East that you don't really have in Canada. You can like kind of negotiate everything, but he didn't even really have to negotiate. Like the guy just was really nice, and we got a really good deal for 2 days camping. But the problem is like the camping area is, wait till you see, it's so cool, guys. It's really cool. There's a huge fire pit, and for 2 days now, I'm going to be responsible. I might go live because I need you guys to keep me company. I'm kind of scared of being responsible for the entire kitchen. It's just Salah and I, so.
One moment. Okay, let's keep going.
Because we've never gone camping like just the two of us, but we want to go camping like we're gonna go camping with like more people and family and friends like at a later date, inshallah. But like they've been saying we live in different apartments forever. But you know what the funny thing is? I apparently live in my own apartment, but okay, this doesn't make sense. I live in my own apartment, but I don't have a residency. Okay, number one, you need a residency to rent. Okay, two,
You can rent as a tourist, but you're not supposed to stay in the country. You're essentially squatting in Kuwait, Chantal. You're squatting. You're just trying to figure out a way to act as a citizen, as a resident, when you're not. You're not.
let's say Salah was renting 2 apartments, but he has no money, right? Like, I don't know.
So you give the money to him. I mean, I'm betting dimes and donuts that it's not your name on the lease. Everything's going through him or through somebody else, and you just simply pay for things.
It's just like so stupid. I don't know.
Not really. We know what's going on, Chantal. We know it's half of that is you're running from the tax man. Okay, like you owe a bunch of taxes in Canada to the tune of like 50, 60K. You said you're paying it off, but you don't have a good history with paying off things. You'd rather save the money for food. So there's that. Because you basically blow through all your money, you don't have anything saved up that if you want to come back to Canada and get a place of your own, you don't have the money to get started. And you got bad credit, and you got bankruptcies. So any landlord that was even looking at you, that wanted to rent to you, because of your bad credit, because of your bankruptcies, they will probably ask more than average to let you into the place. Or on top of that, aside from that, they might ask for a guarantor of the rent just to make sure the rent was paid. And I don't think there's anybody around you that would sign on to be a guarantor of the rent, that if you didn't pay it, they would have to pay it. And you can't go to Pete's. He's still paying off the debt that you left for him with the Canadian villa with all the damages that you caused. I heard the bill was over $5,000. So you can't use him again. His credit is probably still ruined. So you're in Kuwait because you got a place to stay through somebody else. You're running from the tax man. And there might be the possibility, another reason why you've been hanging out and hiding out in Kuwait is because of Natter's trial. You don't want to be called to trial. You're scared of that.
Number one, you have to have money and a job to stay here. Okay, you can't just be here like, hey, unless you're visiting.
Well, you're on a tourist visa, so you shouldn't be working. And I know that you're a YouTuber and that's kind of a gray area, but maybe that's the entire reason that Salah is holding on to you, because you guys have got it figured out where you make the money. You're not supposed to be making money in Kuwait, but you are. So you make the money, you give it to him. It looks on paper like he's working for you or for a company and he's getting a salary, which makes Kuwait happy with him looking like he's working. So it's like a three-party system. You know, like you get the money, you give him the money. He looks like he's got a salary, like the bills and stuff get paid using his name or something. And that way you can stay there and he can stay there without being in too much trouble. You know, one hand washes the other. Maybe that's why he won't let you go, because if you left, he would have to find a job pretty quick, or else he would get in serious trouble.
But he's lived here. He was born here. He's lived here his whole life, you know? He's rich. He pays for 2 apartments. Yeah. Hey, Melanie. Hey. I'm trying to be a bit quiet because... Oh, I wish I had a nice menthol. No, I'm so bad with smoke. I'm so bad with my health. You know?
Yeah, because that would really look good. You're portraying yourself as a Muslim woman sitting out in front of Starbucks smoking a cigarette. That would go over really, really well there.
Chazelle, could it work if I was giving him money to pay for the apartments?
Yep.
No,
Yes.
because they need bank statements. They need bank statements when you get a car, when you rent an apartment at this building. Anyways, they did.
And another thing, the car can't be in your name because you're a tourist. So everything goes through him. So anybody who's eyeballing anything, it looks like he's paying for things when he's not. It's coming from you. That's why you need him there, and that's why he needs you there.
He had to prove that he had a job with income and how much he was making every month. He needed to prove that. So that wouldn't work. I don't think so, vultures. Yeah. He was doing very well on his own. Like, he was doing well on his own before he met me, so.
I doubt that. I really doubt that. And I'll tell you guys why. Because a man who's doing extremely well for himself would not put up with all of her. If you have an independent man, he's got his own job, he's making his own money, he's handling his business, why would he need to put up with her for even a minute? Why put up with her for almost 3 years? She's obnoxious, she's rude, she's short-tempered, she's vulgar, she's feral, she's beastly. Why would any decent man who's got a choice make her the choice? Put up with all of her bad behaviors? In the time that she's been in Kuwait, because of her and trying to hide her, how many times have they moved? How many vehicles have they had? And it kind of points in the direction of they're running from somebody or something, or trying to keep from getting discovered. Like, she is definitely more trouble than she's worth. The money cannot be that great. And I'm not one to poo-poo on other people's living situations, but we saw the bachelor pad that he was in, that you were in. It was simple. It was really, really simple. It did not say to me, very successful businessman. It said to me, somebody who's living on basic means, very basic. And the nicer apartment came after you moved there.
He's very frugal. He's very good with money. Like, I'm not. So that's sometimes a bit of a clash.
He has to be frugal. Because if you had your way, you'd spend every bit on fast food. So to make sure that you have your treats and your sweets and your shisha and your coffee and your donuts and everything else, he's got to dole the money out slowly.
You know, I'm poor and I pay for both apartments. Yeah, makes sense. Yeah, yeah. Cigarettes 6 years ago. Good for you, Chazelle. They say that after 20 minutes of quitting smoking, your blood pressure goes back to normal and things start to change. So what I do is I just wait, 22 hours before I smoke a shisha.
Well, shisha is equal to 90 cigarettes, so there's that.
Yes, Maddie. Hey, page 5. Honestly, page 5, I haven't really been looking around the internet to see what people are saying, but I can imagine. I can imagine. I'm not stupid. I know that there's a lot of people that want me to go back to Canada. I was more entertaining there, but this is my real life, and um,
Chantal, forget about what we want. Forget about the reaction channels. Forget about Girl World. Forget about what we want. How about just doing things because it's what you need to do for yourself, for your channel? How about look at things from that angle? How about reframing it that way? I mean, the Chantal that I started watching ages ago, that was very concerned for their channel and how much people were watching the channel. The old Chantal, the one who gave a doggone, if the old Chantal were still here, she would have left Kuwait a long time ago. She would have looked at Salah and said, look, my channel is my baby. I created it. I've done so much work you can't even understand, with all these crazy arcs and just keeping things unpredictable and keeping people hanging on to see what was going on next. And I'm here in Kuwait and things are boring and I'm bored and you're bored and we're both miserable and I got to go home and fix it. The old Chantal would have done that. The new one doesn't give a crap. She's just sitting in the grass watching the wind go by. So are you hanging on to Kuwait because everybody's saying go home, Chantal? Like that's the spiteful person in you that if somebody tells you to do something, you're going to do just the opposite. It's about your pride. It's about your vanity of just being rebellious. Guess what? You're 40 years old. And at 40, rebellion, it just looks stupid. Especially if your money comes from YouTube. You're depending on that as your income, and you're letting it go down the toilet for what? For a guy that does not care. You're in a country that you're not happy. You're bored. You'd be much more comfortable and in your element in Canada. You can't say what you want to say over there. You can't do what you want to do. I don't see the sense in staying there. I really, really don't. It's just like, why? I would love to hear an answer that actually makes sense.
Yeah. It's not just like a real, like, fiction TV show. No way, Larry. They're saying what I think they're saying exactly. I know. I don't have to look. Hey, Getry. They can think what they want. They can think that it's us. They can think whatever. That's fine. They just want to rage. Yeah, I know.
You know what? You don't have to rage. I mean, yes, the rages are entertaining because our choices of what you give us is so small. It's either going wild on the food or raging, and you are the most alive and most animated when you're angry. It's just a sad fact. What else is there? What do you give us? If you were entertaining doing putt-putt golf or tennis or swimming, or pottery, I would say do more of that because it was entertaining. But you're not showing us anything else. And we're not into the food fetish like you and some of your beezers are. We don't want to watch you unalive yourself with food. Sorry, no thanks. That's morbid. Very, very morbid. I don't like to see you get online on YouTube and indulge in your food addiction, ma'am. Just not my jam. Really, really, it's not.
They're not getting that.
You know what I want, Chantal, since we're here? I want you to be yourself, like your real self. You're not yourself in Kuwait. You are miserable because you're pretending to be something you are definitely not. Trying to be the trad wife, the demure housewife. It's not you. You're pretending to be someone you're not and fit in where you don't fit in. I want you to come home and just be yourself. You know, be your real self. Let it all hang out if you want to. Just be your doggone self.
No, Tato, you think he does, but that's fine. Whatever. Oh well. I don't know. Have you heard about Yaba and Sam's Disgraceland move from the McMansion? Yeah. I did. I don't remember where I heard that from. After my drink, we're going to get moving. Yeah. We just want rage and we want to bees. Nina, me too. I just want to bees, man. It's less stress when you just let people say what they want, whatever, you know. I try to keep my corner here positive as much as possible.
I try to keep it positive. You weren't keeping it positive when you're talking about FFT's mom. Was that keeping it positive? No. You like to be cruel. You like to be nasty. And you're always trying to escape the consequences of your actions.
Possible. But yeah. Yeah. Jory bug, what? A teardrop. If I was smoking and this, yeah, and I might have to, but man, I had fish again yesterday. Yeah, no raging. Lowering is A1C.
Okay, what else we got here? She's talking about food.
Yeah, Bali, exactly. They can't understand what they haven't experienced, but they have the most to say, Bali, about the situation, you know? So just let people talk, whatever, who cares? I don't even, like, if I don't watch any drama, I don't ever hear about it, so it's really not affecting my life.
You don't watch it, but then you constantly ask people in the chat, so what's the tea? What's the drama? You're going to your audience looking for things to talk about.
Yeah.
So if you don't care about it, don't ask about it.
I got them on Temu. Francis Buxton from Pee-wee's. Yep. Even the same bullying behavior. Yes. Francis. I got your cat, Pee-wee. Exactly. Like BBJ is the bicycle from Pee-wee's Big Adventure. She's Francis. And I guess I'm Pee-wee. Large Marge. We'll go towards camping food. Thanks. Yeah, it's we're celebrating on the 11th. That's our celebration day. So, that's the day we're choosing. That's the day we've chosen. So, we're going to celebrate actually the 10th and 11th because the anniversary is the 11th, but we're celebrating the 10th and 11th to go camping. November 2nd, nice. November rain. Literal economies that revolve around you perceived negative. Yeah, exactly. Look at page 5. People need to understand that you have literal economies that revolve around you being perceived negatively. You'll never win in the broader court of public acceptance. Exactly. Who cares, Like, at the end of the day, really, think about it, I'm not the only person hated online. It's so common. Whatever. I'm trending. I'm a trendsetter.
Not exactly. You're not trending. You're not trending at all. People are not hanging on to your every word.
We want to travel very soon. If she gets spayed in 8 days, so we have to call 2 days before. So if we call in 6 days, hopefully she shouldn't be in heat by then.
So she just kind of told on herself. She's trying to plan the camping trip to where they could just drop Julia off at the hospital and basically treat the hospital like a place to board a pet so they can go out to the desert. I'm sure Foodie could drop off Julia and pick her up the same day. But as lazy as she is, she's like, oh, I'm going to treat the vet like a free boarding place for my pet.
The bee on my phone. Look. Yeah.
Okay, so she's pretty much done at Starbucks. Oh, I thought she was. My bad. Sorry. Oh, is she? Are we leaving? Good. No?
Drop.
I knew it. I told y'all she cannot go to a Starbucks and not get a dessert. There we go.
It's not at 10:30. Almost lunchtime. Yay. Finish breakfast before 11. You can still eat lunch at 12. I got that from McDonald's. It's like a very soft pretzel. Very good. It's fresh and creamy. Oh my gosh, it's fresh.
Okay, so Ransom 13 says you said in a recent live that you don't buy toilet paper. So you don't pat dry after the bidet? No. A long time ago, Chantal told us what she did. She says she likes to drip dry. Yeah, let that sink in. She drip dries.
Mmm. Mmm. Tastes like ham. I walked here.
Hey, Beezers, you saw that she walked all the way to Starbucks and then she's got to walk all the way home. So if she starts to yell and scream about the treadmill, just remind her, Chantal, you walked more than 10 minutes to the Starbucks, another 10 minutes going home. Why can't you do 10 minutes on the treadmill at home in the air conditioning?
So look, I mean, I can go anywhere I want. I know people don't think that, but
So I probably told you, look, I am not taking you to Starbucks today. You want it, you got to work for it. Go get it. And you did.
he prefers to come with me.
No, he doesn't.
As a bodyguard, I guess. And he likes to bees. He really loves you beezers.
No, he doesn't.
Aw, Bear, sorry for that. Yeah, Filipino people are very sweet.
Okay, she's eating, not down with the eating.
Thai people don't have that mentality, right? So the men thought they were being courteous, but in the Arab world, you don't.
Okay, this part right here. This part right here.
Myself, we were rewatching our vlogs on our couples channel and realizing some of the mistakes we did to try and improve what we want to do for season 3, which has been delayed. Sorry, there's production issues, but we were like, wow, this is, we've been watching a lot of travel vlogs to try to learn, right? Like if you want to, be good at something, you have to like research how other people do things that are more successful than you. Bunk with Everest? Oh, I thought you meant because
It's been 2 years since you've been with dude. You should have been watching travel vlogs a long time ago. You would have picked up a lot of tips and tricks and advice, and you never did because you don't care that much.
we do want to go to Everest someday. Hey, Angela. The cast is held up on other project. Season 3 is going to be shit. It's going to be it. Hey, Amber Chick. Thank you. Yeah. I get more motivated to do activities when I'm with Salah.
Because he gets you off your butt and he knows what to say. Hey, Chantal, let's go do some footage for your channel. And when it's over, I'll get you a nice big fat donut and a coffee and some McDonald's. Trust me, he says those words to her and she is up and out of her seat and saying, let's go.
I want to try. What's the weight limit for parasailing? As long as I'm not too fat, I would do it. Do you think the wind would take me away? Or like, I want to try different things,
I just can't see Chantal parasailing. That would not work.
I want to try snorkeling, but I don't know. Do you have to wear a wetsuit? Do they have 5X? Yeah. Was lit in Thailand. Getting out of the boat. Okay, I'll tell you the real tea, okay? Salah doesn't want me to tell you this, so he's going to be mad at me, but I'll just placate him. Okay. So he wasn't happy that 2 men helped me out of the boat before he could get out and help me. He didn't want them touching me. So it actually wasn't that hard because it wasn't any harder than like getting in the boat. Like I wasn't afraid of how I would look. I struggled to get in a tuk-tuk. Do you think I care what I look like getting out of the boat? Like he's an Arab Muslim man.
I think the reason why that footage was cut out of the filming, it had nothing to do with you and men helping you out of the boat. Because I'm sure that the men who were helping you out of the boat, they didn't have bad intention. They were just seeing you having difficulty and just helping you out of the boat. Like you're a customer, they want to help you get out of the boat, get you out of the boat, and get other people in there. I think it had more to do with you being a woman of a bigger size, and it had to do with his pride. Like how he was looking at the situation going, I don't want this to reflect badly upon me. Like he already feels awkward around you because of your size, but to have footage out there where you're of a bigger size and you can't get out of the boat, it would make him feel perhaps a little bit embarrassed or ashamed.
And ask any traditional Arab, they don't want another dude helping their wife, okay?
Like he couldn't even help you out of the boat himself. It took 2 other people to get the job done.
So
Scarlett says, as if his skinny self could lift you out. No, he couldn't do it.
he was like, you should have waited for me to get out of the boat. What? Like they should have waited for me to get out of the boat But Thai people don't have that mentality, right? So the men thought they were being courteous, but in the Arab world, you don't really, unless the male says it's okay to help the woman, because even you have to ask permission. Like even when I saw that fan at the fast food place when I was with Salah, he had to ask Salah if he could approach me and say, I'm a fan of yours. So like you have to like ask permission for these things. And Salah would have been like, no, I can help her. You know? So he didn't want another man to.
He's like, oh, he loves me so much. He's so protective. Look, he won't let another man touch me, as if another man would want to touch you. It's not as if the men in the boat were like touching you for no reason. You were stuck and they were trying to help you get out of the boat because that's their business, that's their job, is to make money. And as long as you're in the boat, they can't make money. So it had nothing to do with the men getting handsy with you or wanting you. It was about, lady, the boat ride is over. Get out of the boat.
Help me out of the boat. And he didn't want people to see that on camera. He wanted to be the one to help me. But they already beat him to it, because I was in front of Salah getting off. And I didn't realize that was like a thing, you know? I don't know. That's like in Canada, nobody cares. Like in Canada, you're allowed to go to a bar with another dude. Like, you know, like it's so different, guys. It's so different. So they're just helping. I know, but that's how it is. So that's the story. That's the tea. And I don't think it's anything negative. It's just culturally how he was raised, and it's like a custom he's used to, you know? If they don't, they get fired. I know. But he wanted to be the one to help me, you know? He wasn't like cross or angry. He just was like, no, we're not. He basically just brushed it off. I said, do you want me to, like when we were editing together for the couples video, he saw the
What do you mean editing together? He doesn't know how to edit.
part at the boat. He's like, no need to leave this in. We'll just cut it. And I was like, no, I want people to see that I got out of the boat okay.
The editing had nothing to do with, oh, you're his wife and he loves you so much and I don't like the fact that men touched you. Had everything to do with his personal pride. Like being with a woman who's 2 to 3 times his size that can't get out of a boat by herself. It had everything to do with him and nothing to do with you, Foodie.
And I didn't understand. And then he was like, no, he explained. So I was like, okay. I looked miserable or exhausted. I was a bit scared. Fart, imagine. What happened? Oh, kind of, yeah. He's a protect. Yeah, he really is. Yeah. He is.
See, Chantal, and this is why everybody likes it when you're by yourself, because you will run your mouth and you will spill tea and say more truth away from him than with him. When you're with him, you're a whole different person. You clam up. It's like you're waiting for him to walk out of the room so you can spill your guts.
I don't know. I wish I wish people could see, how our lives are like from, all the time. But, and again, I don't, because it's private, but yeah, like, so that was the tea with that, but it's gassy. What happened? Farts? Who said fart? They do make me laugh. What one? I didn't even. Did I? I don't even. No, I didn't. That might have been the chair. Or this. I don't know. I think the bee did it. Annie P, is that you? Hello?
I guess I missed it because people in the chat are saying that she just farted. I guess I missed that part. Thank goodness.
They were just, that's what they do. They help everyone out of the boat, right? So, but I guess when you see another male grabbing your female's hand, I don't know. Honestly. So, No, I wouldn't. I wouldn't drop him now. Do Muslim men have female friends? Typically, not really, but I'm sure a lot do. Yeah. It just depends. It just depends. I don't know.
Would you guys mind, like, the traffic sounds are just, they're not very soothing to my ears. So we'll just move on ahead away from them.
Hi guys. Just wait.
Uh-oh. Heavy breathing alert.
You guys there?
At a time. And then one time, I had a lot more than that. Yeah, they're not a good idea. They're like, I love chocolate
Up, your audio sucks, Chantal.
cookies.
Get the microphone out of your mouth.
I think of snacks that I don't want to binge on, like one.
Okay, she's eating. I'm done. I'm so done. That's okay. It's 2:30 in the morning anyway. So I hope you guys enjoyed this react. If you have, please like and subscribe and leave a comment. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to go ahead and post this to YouTube and then clean up a little bit, and I'm going to bed. So all of you have a good morning, and I wish you a good day. Y'all take care and see you later. Bye-bye.